Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shona. I'm a yoga teacher, personal trainer, and ex-gymnast, and I wanted to bring you guys a workout that was low impact, that was quick, that was circuit-based, but most importantly, that was for anyone who was maybe coming back from injury or coming back from a long hiatus from exercise. Also, if you have overweight, if you're carrying more weight than you're used to, and you find many of my workouts, or even just workouts on YouTube in general, a little bit inaccessible for your ability right now, but you know that you want to exercise and you want to start,
I want to just get into it,
then I think this is the workout for you. Without further ado, we're going to get started. Actually, one ado that I will interrupt this further ado. Without further ado. Oh yeah, okay, so one more ado. Is that I'm just going to talk you through what we're doing. We have a 5-minute warm-up, and then we have 4 exercises. We repeat them for 30 seconds on with a 30-second rest between each exercise, and then a 1-minute rest between each set. 4 sets in total. After that, we finish off with a 5-minute cool down. You're going to love it, I think. Even though it's low impact, that doesn't mean that it's not going to challenge you. So I just want you to remember that. The only thing that you're going to need is, a mat or a space that you can kind of exercise on or in, and also a sturdy chair, not like this one. I explain more about it in the workout, so let's get started. Okay, welcome to your workout. So what we're going to make sure that we have for this is some kind of mat or exercise mat that we can work on. It's actually not imperative, but I think it just makes it easier, and I really like the visual cue that having an exercise mat can have on our psychology and our motivation to train. So just having it around the house is as like a visual reminder to get on with your workout. Now, the other thing you're going to want to have is a chair of some kind, a stool, but I'd actually say chair. This is not ideal. It's just all that I have here. So as long as you have a sturdy chair or sofa that you can push off and that you can sit on, that's what I recommend. Alrighty, we're going to get started with a warm-up to begin with, and our warm-up is 5 minutes long. Remember, you can stop at any time. We're just going to start with just a walk on the spot. Now, this is low impact, okay? So the idea here is there's no jumping, there's no crazy noise or anything like that. But of course, if you feel like you've been doing this workout with me for a little while already, you know what's coming, then by all means, you can take this beginning to just like a very light jog, okay? But don't start with that. Let's just take it easy. All right, so while you guys are just walking on the spot, I'm going to take you through the first exercise. We're going to go for a side reach, like so. We come back to center, we alternate to the other side. So start it with me. I'm going to move pretty explosively, okay, because that's the aim, right? Eventually we want to get to a point where we're moving quite fast. So I'm sort of reaching up as I take my leg out to the side. If you want to go even more intense, you can take it into a deeper movement, okay? So the easier version, step and reach, just a slight side reach. Harder is lower and leaning over to the side more, okay? So we're working our obliques. Good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving back to our walk on the spot, or if you want, sometimes I get people kind of just like moving from side to side on the mat. Okay, but we just want to keep that heart rate high. The next exercise, while you guys are just doing this, I'm going to show you. We're pulling, and at the same time, we're trying to kick our butt. Easy version is here. Harder version, squat in between. Now, I'm not just kind of flailing about with the arms. I'm actually thinking about squeezing my back muscles as I do it. And I'm not squeezing up, I'm drawing the shoulder blades down, chest up. Let's go for it. So stop your stepping on the spot and move into this with me. Same thing I want to do is, look, I'm already popped out. Also, I want you guys to think about trying to breathe through the nose only. Now, what I want you to try to do is also keep your core nice and tight. So just notice if this is starting to happen. Okay, as you get tired, maybe we're going to start to let that spine bend, and I want you to avoid that. So the idea of the warm-up is to prep us neurologically as well. Okay, so we start to think about what parts of our body are we activating in preparation of this workout. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. back on the spot. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just try to bring that heart rate. We're obviously trying to elevate it, that's the warm up, but we also want to be in a place where we're not like crazy high. So, big conscious breaths. Remember, we want to feel a little bit hot. We want to start to embrace the feeling that a warm up brings. Okay, so now we're going to move into, you guys keep doing this, our oblique twist. So, we're going to alternate this. I'm going to twist to one side, come back to center, change, change, change. Let's go, join me. Now the reason I breathe out is because my diaphragm contracts as I move into that twist. So don't try and inhale as you're doing the twist here, okay? Now what we're doing here is obviously working our ability to stabilize and balance while we're also twisting. So we're stabilizing through the hips while we're twisting our body, okay? Using the strength of our obliques. Try to keep those knees high. Okay, we have another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the spot. Beautiful, we're almost there, guys. Okay, last warm-up exercise is just gonna be a plank hold on the chair. So let's go ahead and come down. This is why I need a sturdier one, because already I'm like, this is dangerous, okay? Hands come down, shoulders come forward, and we're just gonna hold. Squeezing the glutes, we've got 20 seconds here, so I want you to just try and minimize this happening. I want you to really engage all the muscles at the front of your body, including your legs, including the muscles on the back of the body like your glutes. We've got another 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect, coming back up. And we are ready to start the workout. Okay, I'm gonna talk you through these exercises before we get into them. So now's a great time to just kind of like grab a sip of water, just a sip, so that you can watch me do these exercises and I can talk you through the key things that we wanna focus on to keep you guys safe. If you've watched this video before, just watch it again. Like, I encourage you to kind of listen through each time, because it does help you to just reinforce the understanding you have of how to move your body safely and optimally. Okay, so exercise number 1 is going to be this squat to the chair. So what we want to do with the squat, we want to make sure that we're hinging from the hips and the knees. So I don't want you to just think about going down, right? I want you to think about just a slight pushback of your hips. So I want you to bend slightly, find the chair, sit down, and then have a look at this. I do not want you guys to be standing up like this, okay? I want you to think about when you stand back up, the knees just track directly over the ankles without coming in, no knee valgus. So we're driving the knees forward to stand back up. Coming down, standing up. Now, if you're having trouble with that, you can also have another chair or a second chair somewhere to use to help you come up. If you have a TRX, that's a great way to use a TRX, is to pull on it. Or, worst case scenario, if you have nothing else like me, you can also use your hands on your legs to just help you that little bit further. But I want you to work on having a strong, tight core to get you out of that chair, using your legs to come up, but with support from your spine. The next exercise after that is a push-up on the chair. You can alternatively also do a push-up on the wall, okay? Depending on where you're at and what you feel comfortable for. Anyone that wants to take a push-up on the floor, you are very welcome to. When we come into our push-up, we're coming into a high push-up position. We move down and then we push back up. We're not doing any kind of like Rihanna video clip kind of body rolls here. We're really trying to keep everything still. I mean, I love those, but that's not what we're about today. We want to come down and then we want to push back up. Okay? Then we're going to come down to the floor. To get down to the floor, I want you guys as best as possible to try and do so this way. We can come down on our side, or you can also use the help of your chair or couch to get you down to the floor. You're going to come onto your back. And from here, we're going to place our heels onto our chair. and we're gonna take a glute bridge. So down on the floor, hands can either be behind your head or on the floor beside you for help. From here, I'm going to push my heels into the floor, squeeze my glutes to get them to lift up, and then come back down. If that is too intense and too much of an angle for you, feel free to come into this position here. Hands behind the head, chin tucks in, driving the feet down onto the floor, lift the hips off as high as you feel you can, okay? Last but not least, we're gonna roll onto our side. Drive our elbow into the floor, knees are gonna be bent. This is a lot on your shoulder, but it's going to help strengthen your shoulders and stabilize them one side at a time. We're gonna take the other hand, push, and lift our hips off the floor. We'll do the other for the other side, and I'll talk you guys through it. We are gonna get started in 30 seconds. Don't worry if you don't remember all of it, because remember, I'm gonna be doing it with you. 4 exercises, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 4 rounds. 5 minutes of a cool down stretch, and then that's it. Then you've done it. 10 seconds. Get your chair in position, or if you're using your couch, get ready. I'm gonna show you from different angles throughout. Let's take the feet shoulder distance apart. Let's go. Come down, drive it up. Another recommendation that I have is to try to count your sets and reps. Mostly your reps, sorry, not your sets, because we're definitely doing 4. Because what I want you to remember is, I want you to track your progress here. We're so hyper fixated. By the way, 9 seconds, like, this is easy, right? Push. We're hyper fixated on weight loss outcomes. I want you to be more fixated, rest, on these adaptations your body is making to get you stronger, to get you fitter. Okay, so optional rest is an optional active rest, okay? You can take this walk on the spot, just keep that heart rate elevated. If that's not for you today, then don't worry, just rest, and we get ready for our push-ups. In 5 seconds, 4, 3, yes I am. Let's go, hands down, core tight. Don't rush this. Now we're gonna come down and then push back up. That's 1, 2. Remember, you can do these on the wall as well. I want you to count your reps. We've got 13 seconds left. Push. 8 seconds. Make sure you're counting, keeping the core tight. Notice if you're starting to get saggy through the hips, we want to eliminate that. Good. Now maybe we're coming back to this walk on the spot. Maybe we're making it more intense, lifting the hips. And if you're not concerned about noise and you're fine in your joints, you can take it to a little jog just to keep the heart rate elevated. Again, do not rush that kind of progress. I would highly encourage just taking things slow. You ready to get down to the floor? Hands, do whatever you need to do to get you down. Come onto your back. Let's go, lift. 2, 3, counting your reps because I want you to keep track of them. But if you're like, you know what, I just want to get through this, I don't want to have to count, then that is totally fine as well. Now, what I want you to make sure of is that you're tucking your tailbone, belly draws in as you lift the hips off the floor. Push evenly through the feet and make sure your knees aren't kind of all over the place. You want to keep them in line with the hips. Good. Come onto your side. We're going to bring the left elbow down to the floor, knees are bent, push, and we've got to rest right now, so you're okay, but I'm just talking you through this form. That's when we take the side plank, okay? Now you can let your knees come together or you can lift one up, that doesn't matter. You can even extra challenge taking it into this position. If you'd like to take a full side plank, also be my guest. That is where we straighten the legs, we'll split them, and we'll lift off. Good. Okay, so wherever you're at, I'm gonna take this variation here. I'm gonna place both my hands down to help me get that lift. And I'm gonna try and hold here. Now I'm keeping my ribs in, my belly drawn in, and trying to keep my hips high. Notice if your head gets saggy, try to keep it in alignment. Maybe you're gonna take your top arm up. Keep squeezing. Good. I think we need to swap sides. Oh yeah, swap sides. Whoopsie. All right. Good, come in. I was worried there. So your left side had a bit of an easy sesh. This right side, we've got to hang a proper 30 seconds here. Okay, so pushing, core tight, lifting the hips. Inhaling and exhaling. 10 seconds left to go, and then we get a 30-second break before we head into our second set of this circuit. Now just make sure that we're driving. This is also working your glutes. Good, come down. Use your hands to come back up, step, and maybe taking your step on the spot, maybe taking your jog, however you want to go, maybe taking a little side shuffle here. I don't mind, right? I just want you to keep that heart rate elevated, breathing in through the nose. Again, don't feel like you have to jump through this. I'm really happy for like a walk on the spot here. And also while you're here, we have 30 seconds left in this rest, and we start another set. I want you to just focus on your why. Focus on your why. And when you focus on your why, I want there to be some non-aesthetic reasons, okay? Because we're inundated with reasons to exercise that have to do with our physical appearance. And that is like just one tiny element. Yes, we are ready. Here we go. Squat. Okay, so when we do this, remember, please, making sure that the knees are tracking. We're keeping everything tight through our core. We're not using our shoulders to get us out of the seat. So it's not momentum, right? We're using the power and strength of our legs. So coming down and then driving through the feet to stand up. Remember, use your hands if you need to. Use chairs, walls, TRXs, whatever you've got. 2 seconds left. Good. Okay, back to our walk. So if you're feeling a little bit like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this next part of the workout. You're starting to get that, your mind negotiating, just going, maybe let's just do 3 sets today. Maybe we'll pause the video, we don't need to do the rest. Stay with me, okay? 5 seconds, I'm gonna talk you through why on our next rest. Hands down. How many are you doing? Get that number in your mind. I'm gonna do 8. I'm gonna stop at nothing. I'm gonna get that 8. I'm gonna keep my shoulders away from my ears. I'm gonna keep my core nice and tight. I'm seeing that number on the ground right now. 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Good. Okay, back to this. So I want you to engage with those sensations, like notice the negotiation. Notice your desire to stop. And just be okay with it being there. But don't let yourself give in to those negotiations, right? There's a difference between I'll try and I will. And we're trying to, we are going to, let's come down to the floor. Ooh, we're going to show up for ourselves here. Let's go. Driving through the feet hip distance apart. Squeezing the glutes on each rep. 10 seconds left. Driving down through the feet. Staying strong. Driving, pushing, beautiful. Roll into your side. Get a nice little rest here, because if you want to get up and do your steps in between, you absolutely can. Otherwise, stay down here and just get ready. Even maybe sit up so that you're not resting too much onto that arm, because we want it to do quite a bit of work in a second. We've got 10 seconds. In fact, let's switch sides and do the other side first, okay? Yes, we are. Let's go. So lining up the elbow with the shoulder, ribs in, core tight, hips off, hold strong here, maybe lifting off, maybe going to here, maybe going to here, depending on where you're at. Maybe going to here, maybe going to here. Okay, for another 5. Sorry, I lied. Now it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, hips down. You got a 5-second kind of transition here. Okay, let's go. Knees down, lift off, hold. Maybe arm up, hold here. Breathing. Staying true to your promise, your self-promise. You will get through this workout. 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing, good. We have a minute here, so let's come up and let's get our walk on the spot, maybe our knee lifts. You can take any of the exercises from the warm-up as your sort of active recovery. I'm just gonna, oh no, my shoelace are undone. Okay. So the reason I'm laughing is because I have this kind of, one of the things that I often do in exercise to distract myself or to kind of negotiate myself out of the exercise is to tie my shoelace. And sometimes I'll notice it and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break and tie my shoelace. Now, of course, if it's unsafe levels of untied, that's one thing. But do I really need to do it? Don't know, so I call them shoelaces. There's these little distractions that we have to take us out of the discomfort of the exercise. Yes. And the reason that it's important to notice those is because they often stop us from getting results if we have too many of them, right? But if we really honor the discomfort and we just kind of go, okay, I'm uncomfortable. The obstacle is the way. This discomfort is actually what's going to get me results. It's going to get me stronger. It's going to get me fitter. It improves my circulation, improves my cognitive function. Beautiful. So it's like acknowledging how are you appraising these uncomfortable sensations? Are you appraising them as like, oh, exercise, I hate it? Or are you saying, okay, this is an uncomfortable, shitty feeling, but it's getting me the results. And therefore, I love it. Okay, hands down. Coming back. How many are we doing? Get your number. I'm just gonna turn this around. Okay. Oh, if you're starting to fatigue like I am, just think about using all of the body. So, legs are squeezing, glutes are squeezing. Don't just dump all the weight into your arms. Let's get one more. Beautiful, okay. Back on the spot. Remember, you can also do this one that we did from the warm-up. And when we do this one, remember we're thinking about squeezing the shoulder blades together, because in this particular workout, I haven't scheduled in any back movements. So we want to feel like we're squeezing through the back, just a little bit. Okay, let's come down to the floor. Okay, here we go. And pushing down through the heels. Really concentrate on this one. I want to try not to talk too much during this one because I want you guys to focus on the glutes. So really put your mind into the muscle. Try to get it to activate here. We only have 12 seconds left. Squeezing the glutes to lift. If you're feeling it in your hamstrings, that's okay too. You bring your heels a little bit closer. Roll into the side, and you're either coming up, taking your active rest, or you staying on the floor. I'm just gonna take the active recovery for this one. We've got 18 seconds left. Probably even less because we want to just make sure that we're down on the ground for our side plank here. 10 seconds. Breathing through the nose. Keep that mouth closed. Only use it for the exhalation. I want you to try to get that nose breathing happening. Good. Let's go. Lifting off. Belly in, ribs in. Try not to arch your back. Use the other hand if you need a little bit of extra support. But if you think you can handle it, take that top arm up. Maybe also take the bottom leg up. Okay, and that's gonna start to work your glute as well. 8 seconds here on this side. How's your neck and shoulders? Relax your jaw. Good, let's come down, changing sides. Push. Let's go. I'm just taking the slightly harder variations. Do not feel pressured to do them, particularly not at this point in the workout, okay? Unless you felt like, okay, every set was really easy, then sure, ramp it up a little bit by taking harder variations on this side. It's really easy to neglect the side body. There's a lot of important muscles, obviously everywhere. Every muscle has a role and that is important. Good. Okay, guess what? We're almost done. So after this last set, we come into a cool down stretch. Okay, like this is the moment where it's so easy to give up. It's so easy to go, oh, you know what, I'm done, I've done enough. This is always when I want to give up, right? When I'm like kind of 3/4 of the way through the workout, this is when I start to go, you know what? I've kind of already got a bit of a workout in, so do I need to do any more? The answer is yes. And the reason being is that it's about the psychological benefit of doing what you said you would do. For you, right? For no one else. As long as you're here for you. If you're here for someone else, maybe if you're here for your children, then that's another thing. But if you're here for someone else, a partner, your husband, your wife, and anyone else in between. Good. Are you ready? Squats. I'm going to stop ranting. Then it's harder. It can be a little bit difficult, more difficult to stay, I would say, to stay motivated. Okay, we're here because we believe in ourselves. We've got 10 seconds left. Hands on the head. If you want to make it even harder, arms in the air. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, get into position. Everything ready. I'm just gonna get ready because I've been taking slightly longer active rests. I've been talking too much. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking for this last set and we're really gonna focus here. All right, nice, steady core. And also remember, you do not have to do the active rest. You could just stand there, breathe, catch your breath, and get ready to come in. Let's go. And push. If your chair is too low, use the wall, okay? We can be over here, okay, as well. It's another option. Okay, 15 seconds left. What number have you got in your head, guys? Say it out loud now. We're gonna stick to it. You got 6 seconds to get it done. We wanna get it done with quality. 2, 1. Beautiful. I'm gonna take this one. This is one of my favorites. I wanna put some loud music on and do this one. Reaching, stretching, breathing, focusing. I can see the finish line. 8 seconds, second last exercise. We're almost there. Yes, I am. Remember, slightly harder is with feet up on the chair. Drive it up. I mean, not necessarily. It just changes the angle. Makes it more hamstring focused, okay? Those are the muscles at the back of the leg. Now remember, if you want to take this into the hamstrings more, take your feet further forward. If you want it to be more in the glutes, a little bit in the quads, then bring your heels a little bit closer. Okay, 7 seconds left. Let's get those reps, guys. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, onto your side. Oh my God, I'm losing my bun. Okay, I've got 30 seconds to get it back in. You guys do your movement, or you can rest with me and fix your hair too. Hair fixing, that's another one. It's definitely another one that I do. It's like, oh wait, I just gotta redo my ponytail. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, we're almost there. Let's take a deep breath in. We are so close. Push into the elbow, hand on the hip, let's go. Lifting, side plank. Maybe the arm moves up to the ceiling. If you're feeling a little bit too much pressure in your shoulder, play around with the positioning of where you place it. Okay, if it's a little bit further forward, a little bit further towards your hip, just check which works for you. Good, 9 seconds to go in this position. Maybe we're making it a little bit harder for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Changing sides. 5 seconds to switch. Get ready. Let's go. Nice and focused. Through the nose. Keeps the nervous system. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save that for the yoga. We'll talk about it in the cool down stretch. Breathing. Beautiful work. Yes, yes. That is you done. Let's come onto our back. Okay, and from here, we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees rest out wide, and I want your hands onto your stomach, and you're just gonna take a few deep breaths here. Closing your eyes, inhale, and then exhale. And try to relax your shoulders, try to relax your jaw, try to relax your face. Focus on the breath. We just wanna calm everything right down. We want to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. Regain control of that breath. And also just take a moment to cultivate a sense of gratitude for the body, for getting you through that workout. Take one more deep breath in, a full breath out. Okay, from here, bring the legs in together, hug the right knee into the chest, let the left leg extend. Hug that knee in as close as you can. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, face soft, eyes closed, jaw relaxed. Breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling, we're gonna take it into a twist. So take that leg all the way across the body down to the floor, and then just reach that arm behind you. Just coming into a gentle reclining twist here. Beautiful. And from here, try to roll yourself back onto your back. We'll hug the left knee in and the right leg will extend. Push that away. Hug the knee in. Relax the face, relax the shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll take the leg across the body and then we'll extend the arm back out to the side. Who doesn't love a good twist? All right? Okay, come onto your side. Use your hands to push yourself up. And we'll just try and twist around and come into an all-fours position onto the hands and knees. Spread the knees hip distance apart. Lift up through the chest here, inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, round the spine, dropping the head down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, we're gonna hit the inner thighs for a stretch. So I'm gonna come back onto this position here, facing you guys. I'm gonna extend one leg out to the side, tuck the back toes and just push back. Now some of you are gonna be like, I can't feel anything. Okay, for super flexy people. Some of you are going to feel it a lot, so you guys can just stay here. If you aren't feeling it, you can take that knee out to the side a little bit more and just move into a position where you start to go a little bit deeper and can feel it a little bit more, okay? Holding here. Come back into an all-fours position and we'll change sides. Right leg out to the side or left, whichever you didn't do. Find your position, your desired stretch. Come down. Beautiful the whole way through. Really trying to work that calmer but deeper breath. Okay, now from here, a little bit tricky. We're gonna lift the knees off. We're gonna walk the hands back to the knees. Use our hands onto our knees to push ourselves back up. Okay, we're gonna take the feet out to the side, toes turn in, arms out to the side. Take a deep breath in, turn the left palm to face up, right arm is facing down, right palm is down. We're gonna reach up and over to the side. Now if you feel it's too much on your legs, you can bring your legs in a little bit closer as you reach over to the side here. Lengthening, And then we're gonna bend our knees, roll forward, unroll up to standing. Arms up. Exhale, arms out. Right palm turns up. Lift and lengthen. Oh, such a good side stretch. And then come down, bending through the knees. Unroll back up to standing. One more time, inhale. This time, keep the palms together. Let's take it over to the side and then down. Unroll. And over to the other side. Good. And then come down. I want you to either take your hands to your chair and bring yourself into this position, stretch up through the chest, and flatten out your back here. Good, getting a stretch for the hamstrings. Maybe start to fold forward and let your hamstrings stretch. For those of you that are more flexy, maybe you feel like you can just hang here. We're gonna unroll all the way up to standing, arms reach, palms together. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. And there you have it. Well done, guys. I'll see you again soon.